You mentioned 100 days, 100 nights. For people who don't know, can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, the 100 Days, 100 Nights was in 2015, summer 2015, to where LA was in uproar, where it was the most despicable display of uh, uh, the misuse of human life, to where nobody cared, to where one group of men had said they're going to kill another group of men each day for 100 days, 100 nights. And in fact, during that time period, it felt like somebody was getting killed every night. It was one of the worst years of my life, and I've seen over 47, 48 years of violence, but nothing compared to what went on in 2015. And and from 2015, in fact, a lot of people, Skip Townsend, uh, Cornell Ward, uh, AROP, Bernard Cooper, Twin, Taco. A lot of these guys do intervention and prevention with the elected officials uh, during that period. So after 2015, they continue to work toward uh, uh, decreasing senseless gun violence. And in fact, around 2017, 2018, crime had went down to its the lowest level, crime and murder, since 1966, starting from 2015 in the effort to stop violence amongst our own. So by the time 2017 or 18 came, violence had dropped. But once again, the elected officials, they didn't jump on it. They didn't do nothing to sustain it, and now it has flared back up. And that's what happens when they don't sit and try to compromise and continue the dialogue to make it sustainable. People will start getting loose, and they'll fall back into where they came from, and that's where we at now. They purging right now in Los Angeles. You can say they purging. Very dangerous.
The crime rate is skyrocketed over the past year and a half, 2 years or something like that. It's pretty much like all over America. But I think some of the worst places you see is like L.A., Chicago, or the ones that, at least the ones that make the news that we hear about a lot. That it's been really bad, man. Is there going to be anything that can turn that down a little bit, to slow that down, to get it back to them old numbers?
Well, I would think that you have to create opportunity. You have to give these youth, the younger ones, you have to give them jobs. You have to give them training. There's three areas that I think need to be addressed to try to bring and stop this uh, the juvenile justice system, parks and recreations, and the unified school district. Those are breeding grounds for the younger ones. They go as juveniles, they sit, they get to meet, and they get the camaraderie in there where they going back and forth. Then you got the parks where in Los Angeles, every park got them where they meet at. Then you got the schools where all of them go. So I think education is a key to enlightening these youths, but also showing that we care about them as older people, and that a lot of times we don't show that any compassion toward the youth, and we sit and down talk them and this and that, and that's not cool. We need to uplift these youths and give them something to do other than we want them to be taxpayers as opposed to tax burdens. I was a tax burden, where the taxpayers always paid, and a lot of us. But we want these youth to be taxpayers now. But groups of people are, and I learned this from Black Panther. He said, Melvin, when you feed the people, they're more apt to follow you because they're not hungry. But this system is set up to where they make it to where they can't go outside their little circle because you got Beverly Hills, Manhattan Beach, uh, Westminster. All these are areas where no blacks stay. So once you go out there to commit a crime, it's kind of hard to get back. And then, God forbid, you get caught. So the most of the youth learn to stay closest to home, the closest they are to you. Every race has an organization that will kill me or you because of the color of our skin. But a lot of times we only kill each other only because of the areas that we stay in. We're the closest to you. And it's easy to kill a stranger after 50 years. They don't know each other in this town. Most of these guys are moving up in here, these young guys, they're moving in from other towns, and they don't know each other now. I know everybody's family in here, quite a few of them, because I've been over here. I'm invested in this community. But now you have youth that are moving in that have no vested interest than other than them moving here where their mamas don't move.
So things are changing a little bit then in that way.
It's cycles, yeah, it's done been changed because of the demographics. Most of these youths don't know each other. You got 30 years of where this block here, the other side of the street ain't talk to nobody. They'll know each other by face, but they don't know the person. They don't know the man. They don't know the family. And it's very easy, like I say, to kill a stranger. Whereas it'd be hard for us to do something because we know everybody in here. And so nowadays, it's just unorganized chaos, and we're just trying to make sense out of nonsense.
When you started to make a change and you started to give back and you started to want to impact people's lives in a positive way, was there anything that like shocked you or surprised you about when you were doing this?
No, not really. No, nothing didn't surprise me as far as me feeling some way or this or that. No, it just was something that just came natural. But I've always been helping the community all my life. This ain't nothing new. It's just being amplified. But there's plenty of stories over my career and my lifespan to where I've helped guys without doing intervention and prevention, without doing this just on the strength. And that's how it's always been with me. I never had bad things said or Melvin did this or Melvin. No, that ain't my name. My name is clean and slates on here.